Okay, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Up and Moving. My name is Steve, and I work in the Department of Kinesiology and Integrative Physiology. We're really excited today. We have one of our graduate students, Kate. She's going to be leading the workout. So I'll turn it over to Kate. She'll tell you what props you might need, the goal of the workout, and then we'll get started. So Kate, take it away.
All right. My name is Kate Meister. I'm a graduate student here at Tech. I'm super excited to be leading this today. I'm part of the kinesiology department. I'm a student here, just started the graduate program, and yeah, I'm super excited to be here. Some props that you might need for this workout. So you'll need a yoga mat or a blanket or any carpeted space that you can find. We'll just have a couple stretches and workouts on the floor. And you'll need 5-pound weights, so just 2 of them. Anywhere from 5 to 10 pounds works, and it can be really anything that you find around the house if you don't have true weights with you. So you can use water bottles, you can use soup cans, basically whatever you can find would be absolutely perfect. And then I'll give everybody a couple of minutes to grab those things. Meanwhile, for everybody on Zoom, we can start getting ready. We're going to start on the floor for the first couple exercises. We'll just give everyone else that might be searching for props and stuff a minute to do that. And I'll talk a little bit more about myself. I kind of gave a brief introduction of what I do for academics, but I'm also a student athlete here at Tech. So a lot of this workout was inspired by some stretches and exercises that we do. I'm a part of the women's basketball team, and we definitely take our off-season training very seriously. So I got some inspiration from our strength trainers and coaches here for different exercises and stretches. All right, we can go ahead and get started here. So the first stretch that we're going to do, we're just going to do a V-sit. So just like this, whatever's comfortable for you, depending on flexibility, you can reach and you can touch your toes, or you can reach to either leg. You'll feel a different stretch. You should feel it in the back of your legs and your hamstrings. And then as you move from leg to leg, you can kind of feel how that stretch moves. You can also reach out in front of you too. I personally, before workouts, I like to start with static stretches on the ground just to get those muscles loosened up. All right, and to kind of go along with that, for the next stretch, we're just going to pull one leg in. Just like this, it'll be, I wouldn't want to say a 45, but we'll make kind of a figure 4 with our leg, and we'll kind of isolate each leg in that stretch. We'll start with either your left or your right leg, it doesn't matter, but after 30 seconds, we'll switch to the next. We learn a lot as athletes how important it is to have proper stretching, whether that's to avoid injury or just to get the best out of our workouts and reach our full potential, whether it's in the weight room or before practices. All right, feel free to switch legs. You can kind of pull that other leg into wherever feels comfortable too. You can reach out and kind of touch those toes if you can make it. That's usually the goal. It took me a long time to get here. My flexibility has not always been the greatest. Spend a couple more seconds in this stretch. All right, that should be good. So for the next stretch, we're going to get a stretch in our hip flexor muscles. We're going to have one leg down on the ground, and then we're going to take another leg, and we're just going to bring it over our leg. Just as so. And then you'll take your elbow, and you'll kind of put it on the outside, and you should feel a stretch not only in your glute muscles and your hip flexors, but also in your back, depending on how far you push back with that elbow. This is another good one. We learn a lot about hip mobility. That's something that as athletes and in my athletic career, I've learned a lot about how hip mobility can really enhance not only your performance in the weight room, but also your explosiveness and various other athletic skills that translate really well to basketball. All right, should be good on that leg. We can switch on over. So I'll give another rundown just in case this one can be kind of complicated. Like to call it a pretzel stretch sometimes. Bring that other leg over the one that's on the ground and then take your other elbow and you'll just push down and you should feel that stretch in your glutes or in your hip flexors. Take a couple deep breaths there. Never underestimate a good deep breath when it comes to stretching and exercise. Take one more good deep breath before we switch into the next stretch. All right, for our final stretch on the ground, we're going to just do a butterfly. So you'll put both of your feet together in front of you with your legs out, and you can pull them in just until you're comfortable. And as you lean forward and backwards, you should feel that stretch right in your groin area. Just foreshadowing into some of the exercises in our workouts, this stretch is definitely going to be essential. We'll have a couple of different lunge variations, so it's important to stretch those groins out. You can also kind of flutter those legs a little bit, get the blood moving. We'll spend a couple more seconds here. Okay. Now we're going to get into some standing stretches. So if everyone could join me and rise up. All right. Now everyone should be standing. So the first stretch that we're going to get into standing is going to be toe touches. So what you'll do, you want to make sure that your knees are back and you'll just reach down. Let that back loosen up and let those arms hang. You should feel a nice stretch in the back of your legs. Just kind of hang out here for a little bit. All right. We'll get into the next stretch. So, fun fact, I used to play softball in high school. I was a pitcher and I also played third base. And one stretch that we always used to do that I loved and I found very beneficial was we would hug ourselves and then hug the world. And you can kind of let those arms hang back like this and then pull them in and you can hug tight. So not only is this going to stretch various different accessory muscles in your arms, but it's also going to kind of get the blood flowing in those shoulders. I also just thought that it was a super creative name for a stretch. We would always have a lot of fun with this in high school softball. All right, we'll do a couple more here. This workout's gonna be a little bit of everything. We'll do some cardio, we'll do some arms, it'll work our legs. So it's important to get a good stretch in all of those muscles before we get started. All right, last one. All right, we can kind of shake that out a little bit. Now we'll get into some arm circles. So we're going to start with some small arm circles. We'll go forward first. So as an athlete here at Tech, I love to support our other athletic programs. We get pretty close with a lot of the other athletes. So just going to go in and promote a little bit of their events this weekend. So soccer is at home this weekend. They play Friday and Sunday. So I think Friday is going to be in the evening and then Sunday in the afternoon. So if anyone has a free Friday and Sunday, I'm sure they'd love some support at the football field. All right, we can go ahead and switch those small arm circles to backwards. Should feel that burn in those shoulders. Football also plays the game, but they're going to be playing down in Wisconsin. They'll be playing in Platteville. So good luck to them and congrats on their win last weekend. They looked pretty good. All right, we can switch to some bigger arm circles now, forward. I'm feeling the burn already. I don't know about anybody else. We usually start with a lot of these in our stretches in our dynamic warm-ups for basketball. Do a couple more forward and remember to take those deep breaths. I know I can find myself holding mine or being short of breath, but definitely important to keep taking those deep breaths as we go through this exercise. All right, we can switch to backwards. Feel free to take some time to stretch it out a little bit or shake it out. I know my shoulders are burning a little bit. Do a couple more of these. Hang tight because we'll have a quick water break after this. All right, we'll go 3, 2, 1, done with arm circles. Yeah, we can kind of shake that out a little bit and we'll take a quick water break before we get into the next exercises. I'm going to take one too. Another sporting team that'll have a busy weekend here, volleyball. They play Friday and Saturday, so they'll be at home in the wood gym. Weather should be great for those soccer games though. Looks like we'll have some good 70-degree weather here, and looks like that's going to carry into next week. So if you're anything like me, I'm holding on to every last bit of summer here before the snow comes. All right, we'll give everyone a couple more minutes to grab some water. I know we might be traveling to the kitchen or whatever else. All right. Take a minute here and you can kind of get loose, shake it out, because we'll get into some cardio. All right. For the first cardio exercise, what we're going to do some high knees. So we usually start with these also for basketball. They can either look like this, if you're looking to really get that heart rate up, kind of a side view, kind of get those legs up to a 90-degree. Or any alternative, we can do a march in place, just like this. We'll do another side view. But we can get at a nice steady pace here, or you can pick up the pace too. We'll do a couple more seconds of these. Get those legs up to wherever you feel comfortable. All right, we'll wrap it up here in 3, 2, 1. Done with high knees. And kind of catch our breath a little bit here. Next exercise, what we're gonna do a side lunge. So after we bring that heart rate up, we'll kind of bring it back down a little bit. For a side lunge, we're gonna step out to the side, wherever you feel comfortable. We'll just go from one side to the next, and we'll alternate. You can get down as deep as you want to. The deeper you get, the more of that stretch you should feel in your groin. And you should also start feeling it in your glutes, your accessory muscles in the back of your legs. Keep doing those though. It's important to kind of keep that arch and that bend in your back in order to stabilize those knees. All right, we'll do a couple more of these. In 3, 2, 1, done. Okay, moving into the next exercise, we're going to do some jumping jacks. So you can either do the classic jumping jack, where you're jumping and you're going arms out, arms in, arms out and in, or any alternative that you can do. You can do a side step like this. So kind of taking that hop out of it, but still getting those muscles moving. Make sure to keep breathing here. Taking those deep breaths. I learned from one of my strength trainers, this is still stuck with me and got me through many, many workouts. If you take 7 deep breaths, according to science, it resets your entire system when it comes to breathing. So if you find yourself in a tough workout and out of breath, just finishing, kind of taking that second to recover and get back into it, take those 7 deep breaths and it'll reset and you'll be ready to go. Might not always feel that way, but physiologically, that's what they found. Okay, we'll be done with jumping jacks now. And next, what we're gonna do a front lunge. So similar to the side lunge, we're just gonna take that step out and you'll get down, get as much depth as you can or want. You should feel that right in your glutes though. I'll do a side view too, so you can kind of see. But the idea is that you have a 90-degree here. Just like that. And we'll aim for getting 8 more of these. So 4 more each leg. 5, 6, 7, and 8. If you have a couple more, it's okay to keep finishing up here. Give ourselves a little round of applause and we can grab some more water. We'll take a quick water break here. All right, and during this water break, I'll just give everyone a heads up to get those weights ready. So those 5 to 10 pound weights, I went and I grabbed some weights from the weight room next door, but you can also use water bottles like we have here in the lab. We're just going to be doing a simple bicep curl. So whatever you need to satisfy that. We'll give everyone a couple minutes to catch their breath here and grab those weights. Right about now is where those arm circles came in handy. Those shoulders are nice and warm. Give everyone a couple more minutes. Another thing along with the beautiful weather this weekend that I'm looking forward to is we'll have some football. Pretty happy that football is back. I'm a big Packers fan. For any other Packers fans that are on and watching, go Packers. They play the Falcons this week. All right, we can get right into those arm exercises now. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna do some V's. So a lot of these arm exercises that I'm gonna do, they're named after a letter, which I'm a very visual learner. So it definitely helps me kind of keep my form and my posture right when I'm doing these exercises. So first for the V, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with our arms in like this. You can kind of have your hands however feels comfortable. You can either hold them like a fist or you can hold them straight. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna make a V. We're gonna go up and then we'll bring it back down. You don't need any weights for this. You can use some if you'd like, but if you would not like to, then that is okay too. I know we probably have some Lions fans on here too. They looked pretty good against the Chiefs last weekend. I hate to admit it. But they play Seattle this weekend, I think, on Sunday. So should be a good game, a good test. You guys have a pretty tough schedule to start. All right, we'll do a couple more V's here. Three, two, one. We'll be done with V's. And now we're gonna get into what I call U's. So we're gonna hold our arms above our head like this in kind of a U shape. You can see where I got the name from, pretty creative. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna go down. We're gonna bring our arms to parallel, then we're gonna bring them back up. And then we're just gonna keep doing that. Now is a great time to kind of find your breath. We'll give a side view that might help with the angles. Bring them up, and then down, just to 90 and then back up. We'll kind of work that 90-degree angle. You can go as fast or as slow as you'd like. All right. We'll transition. Now we're going to do the bicep curls. So now's where those weights come in handy. You could grab them wherever they are in the room. Then all we're going to do a bicep curl. So we're going to start with the weights in front of us. Kind of roll those shoulders back, make sure we have good posture. And then we're just going to curl up to our shoulders and then slow on the way down. Curl up and slow on the way down. Give a side view. We'll shoot for 5 more of these. On the way down. Hope everyone finds a way to enjoy the last couple days of summer here. It's probably going to be the last week of hot weather, so make sure that we're shooting to get that 150 minutes a week of exercise. We'll get 30 minutes here, and then if you're interested in doing another up and moving session, we'll have another one on Saturday at 10. Do a couple more of these. All right, great job, everyone. We'll put the weights down now. And then you can grab a quick water break. I know we're getting close to 9:30 here. Kind of wrap it up here. I'll give you guys some take-home stretches. I know we might be a little sore. My shoulders are going to be sore after this, all those arm circles. So some good shoulder stretches to kind of take home with us. We can do a couple together. We can just kind of pull one arm in and we'll make a figure 4 here. We should get a nice shoulder stretch. We'll take a couple minutes with these. You can just kind of pull to wherever feels comfortable. Another really important thing that accompanies exercise is just making sure you get the right nutrients. Stay hydrated here. Tried to throw in some forced water breaks to make sure that we were doing that, but after this exercise and after we got all the blood moving, we can switch arms. It's important to make sure that we go home, get a good breakfast, drink some water. If you're anything like me, you probably had quite a bit of caffeine this morning, whether it's coffee or anything else. So make sure that we're supplementing that with some water and a nutritious breakfast. All right. We'll do one more shoulder stretch. What we can do is we can take one arm, you can kind of put it behind your head here. And then what I like to do is I like to try to grab my other hand, but if you can't do that, which I'm not super flexible this morning either, is you can just kind of reach down like you're gonna itch your back, but you should feel that stretch right in your tricep. The further you reach, the more of a stretch you should get. We'll do a couple more seconds of this one and then we'll switch arms and then probably wrap it up here pretty shortly. All right. Can switch arms, you can go ahead and shake it out. All right. Keep reaching down, take those deep breaths, kind of get that reset. All right. Kind of shake that out, and then a lot of those stretches that we did earlier too, whether those were the static stretches on the ground, those V-sits, those butterflies, those can definitely be very helpful when it comes to stretching out those leg muscles. I know we kind of cooled down with some arms, but kind of looking to do that with the legs too. And yeah, if there's any time today or this weekend to get out and do some exercise outside, enjoy that nice weather, whether it's a walk or if anybody plays pickleball, anything like that. Definitely just trying to keep those minutes up for exercise and enjoy the last couple weeks of summer here. And that's all I have for you today. I'd like to thank everyone for joining me and going through this workout. I apologize if there's any sore muscles, but remember to keep stretching and complement that with water and nutrients and should be good. Looking forward to hopefully seeing everyone on Saturday also.